You are standing outside on a cold morning, minding your own business. The wind touches your arm for half a second, and suddenly, your skin decides to become a topographic map. Tiny bumps appear everywhere. Your arm looks like it has received bad news. We call them goosebumps, which is a weird name because this is not really about geese. This is your skin doing a terrible impression of a plucked chicken. And the strangest part is, your body thinks this is helping. To understand why, we have to go inside. Welcome back to the body's control room. Everything is old, everything is dusty. One screen still says update available from 200,000 years ago. And sitting at the main desk is your primitive brain. He's wearing headphones, drinking cold coffee, and watching your survival sensors like the world is still full of predators. Suddenly, the temperature drops. Not a lot. Just enough for a normal person to think, maybe I should wear a jacket. But the primitive brain does not do maybe. He sees the temperature fall and immediately screams, "We are freezing to death." A giant alarm turns blue. Tiny workers start running. Someone drops a clipboard. Someone else yells, "Activate ancient winter protocol." And the primitive brain slams the big button, "Fluff the fur." This command travels down to your skin. At the base of your tiny body hairs are little muscles called Arrector Pili. Their job is simple. When the alarm goes off, they pull the hair upright. Millions of years ago, this was actually useful. When our ancestors had much more body hair, raising that hair helped trap warm air close to the skin. Basically, your body had a built-in puffy jacket. A weird, hairy, biological puffy jacket. There was just one problem. Modern humans lost most of the fur. So now the system still works, but the equipment is gone. Inside the skin, the tiny muscle worker pulls the lever. One lonely hair stands up. The muscle looks proud. The hair salutes. And absolutely nothing gets warmer. Back in the control room, the arm calls in. "Sir, we have a problem," the primitive brain says. "Report." The arm says, "We do not have enough fur." The primitive brain pauses, looks at the emergency manual, turns the page, and says, "Fluff it anyway," because evolution is not customer support. It does not delete old features just because they look ridiculous now. So instead of becoming warm and powerful, you just become bumpy and confused. Your body is trying to turn you into a majestic winter animal, but in real life, you are just a cold person in a hoodie wondering why your arm looks like a supermarket chicken. But goosebumps were not only for warmth, they were also for fear. When furry animals get scared, their hair stands up and makes them look bigger. A cat sees danger and becomes a terrifying electric cloud. A porcupine raises its quills and suddenly becomes a living security system. Even a scared animal with fur can look larger, sharper, and harder to mess with. Then there is you. You hear a scary noise in the dark. Your body activates the same ancient defense system. Your arm hairs stand up. And the monster is supposed to think, "Oh no, this creature is huge." But instead, you look like a nervous cucumber with Wi-Fi problems. The primitive brain means well. He is trying to make you look dangerous. Unfortunately, the final result is 12 tiny hairs standing at attention, like unpaid interns. And somehow, goosebumps get even weirder. Because you do not only get them when you are cold or scared, you can get them from music. A song hits the perfect note. A movie scene becomes emotional. Someone sings one dramatic line and your skin immediately panics. Why? Because strong emotions can trigger the same body alarm system. Your brain hears something powerful and overwhelming, and the primitive brain has no idea what art is. Inside the control room, a beautiful piano chord starts playing. The primitive brain freezes. He whispers, "Is that danger?" Someone says, "No, sir. It appears to be feelings." The primitive brain says, "I do not trust feelings." The music swells. The kid gets emotional. The primitive brain starts sweating. Then he screams, "Unknown force detected! Fluff the fur!" And once again, your skin becomes bumpy because a piano made your survival system nervous. That is the magic and stupidity of the human body. It is not broken. It is just ancient. It is running old survival software on a modern person who mostly needs snacks, sleep, and a decent hoodie. Goosebumps are basically a message from your distant ancestors saying, "Do not worry. If we had fur, this would look incredible." But we do not. So the next time your skin turns bumpy from cold air, fear, music, or a movie trailer that tried way too hard, remember, your body is not being random. It is trying to protect you. It is trying to warm you. It is trying to make you look bigger. It is trying to turn you into a powerful prehistoric beast, and failing in the cutest way possible. Deep down, you are still an ancient animal, just one that lost the fur, kept the panic button, and really, really needs a hoodie.